Hey YouTube, it's Peter with the Outdoor Adventures team. I wanted to give you an early review of the Yeti 500x, which I've had for a couple weeks now, and I'm really enjoying. Our adventure team is really looking at a lot of reusable, renewable energy, and so as we go out on our off-roading adventures and even around the house, we're all getting pretty into being able to use renewable technology, and this Yeti 500 is great. So when I was looking at which power bank I wanted to go with, the 1000 is a pretty obvious choice. It's got a lot of power to it. Still fairly portable, but for my scenario, the way that I go overlanding and what I need around the house, I believe that this 500 is going to be perfect. It's also a little more lightweight, a little more portable, a little easier to pack. So, my wife and daughter can move it around. It's only about a 13-pound unit, so it's really not that heavy. And at 500 watt hours, it's a pretty good output. So it's a nice little unit. So far I've been pretty impressed. It'll plug in and charge, takes about 9 hours off the AC from the wall, or in the front here there's a USB-C port where you can run a 60 watt USB-C in, which is a new feature in the 500. That'll also take about 9 hours, and if you go from solar it can charge as fast as about 6. So more to come on that as we get into the new panels that I ordered as well. Alright, so looking at the front of the unit here, you can see that there's the in here. It can come from the wall or your solar panel. You can run that input at the same time that you're running the input in the back that they recommend plugging in from the wall. There's the 12 volt outputs here. There's the USB-C and 2 USB. This USB-C can be used as an in, so you can charge a 60 watt in, which is pretty handy. And then over here on the side we've got the AC inverter with the pure sine wave, which is also really handy 2 plugs. My favorite feature on this unit is actually one that's shared with the Goal Zero 1000, which is the display screen. So you turn that on by hitting the light button. It tells you the status. You can change the units and stuff. But what I really like is that you can see the input watts as well as the output watts. So if I plug in my iPad here and hit my USB, you can see that I'm charging using about 7 watts out right now. So once it dips down below 100%, I would see that input come back up in watts. So you'll see it flash back up. So this is really nice. If you've run down your battery overnight or something like that, then as you are charging, you can also see what your output and your input are in comparison to each other. So you can tell if you're charging the unit at the same time you're charging something, or if you're kind of at a net drawdown. So a pretty handy feature. You can see right now that input watts are cycling up and down. So pretty nice. And that's about it from the front of the unit. So that's my quick initial review of the 500X. I'm sure that as I get onto an off-road trip with it, I'll share some of that as well, just to let everybody know how it fares over a couple-day trip. So once again, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Take care.